My wife Sarah and I were over the moon when we found out we were having a baby boy. We'd been trying for years, and it felt like our dreams were finally coming true. We spent months preparing, painting the nursery blue, and picking out tiny clothes. The only thing we couldn't agree on was a name. I wanted something classic, like Michael after my grandfather. But Sarah was adamant about one name and one name only, Kevin. I thought it was an odd choice. We didn't know any Kevins. It wasn't a family name. When I asked her why she was so set on it, she'd just smile and say she just really liked the sound of it. I didn't want to argue. She was pregnant, hormonal, and I was just so happy I decided to let it go. If it meant that much to her, then our son would be Kevin. The day he was born was the happiest day of my life. Holding that tiny baby in my arms, I felt a love so overwhelming, it brought tears to my eyes. I looked at Sarah, so beautiful and strong, and I thought, our family is finally complete. We named him Kevin, and for a while, everything was perfect. But as the weeks turned into months, I started to notice things. Sarah was always on her phone, smiling at texts, but quickly hiding the screen when I walked in. She started having girls' nights more often, coming home late, smelling of a cologne that wasn't mine. I tried to ignore the gnawing feeling in my gut. I told myself I was just a tired new dad, being paranoid. The final straw came when I was looking through some old photos on our shared cloud storage. I stumbled upon a folder I'd never seen before, named Summer Getaway. My heart sank. It was from 2 years ago, a time when Sarah had told me she was on a work retreat. The photos showed her on a beach, laughing, holding hands, and kissing a man I didn't recognize. I scrolled through, my hands shaking, till I found a picture of them standing under a sign that said "Welcome to Kevin's Beach Bar." My blood ran cold. Kevin, it all crashed down on me at once. The secrecy, the late nights, the name. I felt like I couldn't breathe. I confronted her that evening, the photos open on my laptop. She couldn't deny it. The truth came tumbling out in a flood of tears and apologies. The man's name was Kevin. He was a colleague she had an affair with 2 years ago. She swore it was over, that it was a huge mistake. She said she named our son after him in a moment of guilt-ridden sentimentality, a way to hold on to a memory she should have let go. She sobbed, telling me she loved me, that I was the only one she wanted. But how could I believe her? She hadn't just cheated on me. She'd have brought the evidence of her betrayal into our home, into our family, into the very name of our son. Every time I looked at my baby, the son I loved more than life itself, I would be reminded of her affair. She broke down when I asked her why, but it was my world that was truly shattered. I looked at my son, our son Kevin. He was innocent in all of this. He was just a beautiful baby boy who deserved a happy home with 2 parents who loved him. But could I stay? Could I ever look at my wife the same way again? Could I ever hear my son's name without feeling this sickening twist in my stomach? The apology she gave felt hollow. "I'm sorry" doesn't erase the lies. It doesn't change the fact that she looked me in the eye every day while holding this massive secret. She begged me to stay, for our son's sake. She promised to go to therapy, to do whatever it took to earn back my trust. But trust is like a mirror. Once it's broken, you can piece it back together, but you'll always see the cracks. I told her I needed time. I packed a bag and went to stay with my brother. I needed space to think, to process the hurricane that had just torn through my life. Every time my phone buzzes with a text from her, full of pleas and promises, I feel a mix of anger and heartbreak. I love my son more than anything, but I do know if I can raise him in a house built on such a devastating lie. The future I had imagined, our perfect little family, is gone. And now I'm left to pick up the pieces, wondering if it's even possible to rebuild. Thank you for listening to my story. I'll keep you updated on what happens next. Please follow for more.